This video is going to be brought to you by G Fuel. To say that G Fuel is a cheat code for me as a creator is an understatement. Between uploading daily on this channel and consistently uploading on 3 of my other channels and still finding time to hit the gym, I need all the energy I can get, which is why I turn to G Fuel energy tubs such as the Ice Spice Orange because of the amazing flavors and having just enough caffeine to get me going for the day with 140 milligrams, which lets me drink a couple of servings, once when I first start working and second in the afternoon when I'm wrapping up working for the day and need that last push of energy. And best of all, G Fuel is a sugar-free performance energy drink that is huge for me personally. Between that and the 50 different flavors, I'm absolutely in love right now. On top of that, there are 19 different all-natural flavor extracts for unparalleled cell protection, and it contains vitamin C, D, and E. Use my affiliate link in the description box and my promo code KAGE, K-A-G-E, to order some of the Naruto energy tubs like Naruto's Rasengan, Soda, Ice Candy, or some of the other awesome flavors over on the website. Again, use my promo code down below and the discount code KAGE on your G Fuel order today. Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your boy Naruto Explain here, bringing you guys another Boruto 2 Blue Vortex discussion. Today I want to talk to you guys about the major bombshell that we got following the end of Boruto 2 Blue Vortex Chapter 5, which is that the major reveal that everyone's favorite mad scientist Amado was indeed aware of the truth and that omnipotence when it was casted. And as we normally do here on the chapter, whenever Amado speaks, we just automatically assume that if the guy ain't lying, then he's clearly speaking out of both sides of his mouth because he's planning something behind everyone's backs, because as Amado is always thinking a few steps ahead of everyone because he has his own motives. However, the important information we got out of this chapter that he not only knew his memories were being tampered with, but he never said anything to anyone warrants a discussion from us, because it once again proves to us that despite Amado not being a fighter, Amado is easily the most dangerous character that we have to deal with in the story, which I know that sounds wild, given we have all these cyborgs and aliens in the story. We have an Otsutsuki god lingering out there. The idea of some pencil-pushing dweeb who looks like Amado, who has a stack of dimes for a neck, actually being a threat sounds crazy. But in today's video, I want to open your eyes if you've been sleeping on Amado this entire time. So here's the thing. Amado tells Sumire that he not only knew his memories were altered, but also that he knew full well that everyone had been lied to by Kawaki. That is a really big deal. He waited 3 years to disclose the truth to someone, and the only reason he brought it up was because Sumire was fishing for information during their conversation, and Amado just laid it out there, which means he didn't care who knew that he had been lying, because he's already had time to calculate the response and begin to formulate how he will respond to the warranted outrage that someone like Shikamaru unleashes on him. In the 48 Laws of Power, there's a common theme that is repeatedly stated or implied throughout the various laws in the book, and it applies to Amado here, which is that you never announce your moves to your enemy. If they are making a mistake, you let them continue to make their mistakes, and you work in silence to take advantage of their misfortunes as someone who is going to be peddling the cure to their problems, or as a vulture ready to come in and feast on their remains after they plunge themselves into self-ruin. Basically, you move in silence and you never speak until it's time to say checkmate, because there is power in silence. Amado has applied that line of thinking consistently since he's been in Konoha. He never tips too much of his hand, and you never quite know if he's being completely honest with you. It's just as Ada said to him following the battle of Daemon versus Code. Amado makes all these messes, and then he comes in with a way to solve them in order to maintain his leverage and usefulness to people. He's basically the guy who punches you in the face and breaks your nose and has you bleeding, and then he sells you the medical treatment needed to fix your nose after the fact. Amado, by telling us that he figured out that his memories were altered and knew that despite everything and everyone telling him that Kawaki was Naruto's naturally born son, despite his own memories showing him that he had experimented on Boruto, Amado knew that all of this was a lie. He knew that Kawaki was a child he turned into a cyborg, making his entire body into a ninja tool. Kawaki was the child who had the genetic data of Amado's daughter inside of his karma seal. He recognized the truth, and he had no problems keeping that truth to himself, because at the end of the day, The only one he truly cares about is himself and his goal to revive his daughter. It doesn't matter what lies he tells in the process. It doesn't matter what half-truths he tells. It does not matter if he's lying by staying silent. So long as he gets the desired outcome, he is completely fine with staying in the shadows and pretending to be ignorant. When you deal with people like that, they are some of the most dangerous people you can be forced to handle because they have no loyalty to anything other than themselves, which means they cannot be controlled. They have nothing to lose. To use a real world scenario, it's why a job will take two candidates. Both of them can be equally qualified on paper, and the only difference is one is married with children and the other is single, and they'll weigh out the pros and cons of the one that they think they can control more. If, say, it is a government job like the one that I used to have, that single person is going to be viewed as being more of an asset because they don't have a family tying them down. There are no sick kids that they have to go get from daycare suddenly. If there are long, irregular hours that come up during campaign season, they don't have the restrictions holding them back that a married person with a family might have. If you're working a corporate America job, like say the one that my sister has, that married person looks a lot more attractive to you as a candidate because they have a family. They are less likely to jump between jobs because they need stability because they have people that are counting on them. And they're more likely to put up with things that a single person might not do because their kid, they need medical insurance. They have bills that married couples tend to have versus someone like me who would be working that same job. I'm good as long as I have a couch and a TV and a laptop, a few cans of tuna and rice. I would be willing to walk out of a cushy job if I didn't think I was being treated right because I don't have the liabilities that having a wife and children gives you. That's what Amado has in terms of leverage right now. He has everything in his court. The Konoha higher ups appeared to not know the truth and their eyes were set on Boruto. Boruto was the one who killed Naruto. We gotta go kill Boruto in response. Meanwhile, Amado has Kawaki, the person second in strength only to Daemon in the village. Kawaki's in his corner. As long as he doesn't piss off Ada, there's no reason for Daemon to come after him. Amado basically has the two strongest people inside the village in his corner. Kawaki needs Amado to perform maintenance on his body to keep the ninja tech functional and operating at peak efficiency. Amado needs Kawaki to implant the Karma Seal onto his daughter's clone Delta so that Akibi's data can be extracted into that clone, which we gotta start asking questions now because it's been 3 years and it appears as if he hasn't done so, which now we gotta ask why. Amado was content sitting there watching everything burn and watching people run in the wrong direction because he's been planning something related to his goals, and the fact that he's speaking up now after Code just attacked the village and after Boruto's just returned, it means that he does not care who knows that he knows the truth, which means he's close to ready to having that Karma Seal placed on Delta, or if he hasn't already come up with a contingency plan in the event that this doesn't work. He now has one, but whatever plan he has still likely rests with Kawaki because he's kept the truth about Kawaki's secret this entire time for 3 years, and Amado just happens to be the only person in the village who has a shutdown code to use on Kawaki in the event that Kawaki gets out of control. Amado is that person you see at the casino who is counting cards and they haven't been caught. He's robbing the casino blind before they catch on to it. The only question we have to ask now is why did he wait a whole 3 years to disclose this information, knowing full well that not only was Sumire a spy for Shikamaru, but he was also likely being watched by Sai and the Anbu under Shikamaru's orders. Naruto's Hokage probably wouldn't put surveillance in that lab. Shikamaru, on the other hand, probably got surveillance in Amado's bathroom. Amado isn't someone who does things by chance. Every decision has a reason behind it. It has a method to the madness. This is the same guy who had no problem playing a long game with Jigen to sabotage Kawaki as Ishiki's vessel, to help Kawaki escape, to come up with a plan to kill Jigen, and then roll the dice on hoping that Naruto and Sasuke could outlast Ishiki long enough that Ishiki died. Also, he would be the sole person who could benefit from Kawaki's powers as an Otsutsuki. If he was willing to go that far with an Otsutsuki, do we really think he isn't willing to string Shikamaru along further? That's actually going to lead me to my question in the video, which is, what do you think a model's true goal actually is. In the meantime, click this link to watch the chapter review if you haven't already.